get to the end, we're talking about bronze, silver, and gold
Yeah.
levels of donations.
Yeah, that works.
Great.
Good.
Okay. We can pick up where we left off.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay. Go ahead.
Let me tell you a little bit about our evolution, as you ask about support. We moved very slowly and very cautiously initially. We're very quiet about where group was located. We're very cautious in accepting volunteer help for several reasons. One was the appearance of adults working with youth. One was we didn't have a system in place initially to make sure that folks who were wanting to volunteer were folks that would be good to
Right.
volunteer. And we were making a lot of this up as we went along, so it was necessary that we moved kind of cautiously and slowly. And because we did at every step have a good experience, we've been able to expand it a little longer. We've been, or a little broader. We've been very cautious, but very persistent in reaching out to organizations and funders and associations beyond our circle. There's an interesting balance for us. Are we a gay organization that works with youth? Or are we a youth organization that happens to work with gay youth? And it's a balance for us. We are funded by the United Way as a drop-in youth center. That's part of our
That's
funding.
excellent.
So we're funded out of the same pot that the Boys and Girls Club is funded out of, that the YWCA is funded out of. We're funded by the state of Georgia for HIV education and prevention. So that has broadened our circle some and our support and our name. We've gotten a little more wider known because of some of that program. We're funded by a couple of national foundations who typically support gay and lesbian organizations or folks who are familiar with HIV. And then we're building our individual support here locally. And that's the stage that we're at right now. And so as a part of that, and because we're a little more comfortable with our system and with our setup and our experience, it's time to get the word out a little bit more. And I think that we're ready to say,
take
here
that.
we are, look what we're doing.
That is so good. Now, you yourself, we know what you do. There are other adults involved as well, but you guys aren't the ones that actually set up the programs. It's the community coordinators who are
Right.
alumni, I guess, of
They're actually-
many of them are alumni from
Yeah.
Youth Pride in a way.
Youth Pride began as an organization that worked for youth. What happened very quickly is that, and I think we could talk about it forever, but there is a sense of empowerment and action and activism in anything that the gay community does, and the youth of our community are no different. And so as Youth Pride as an organization grew, the youth who made up Youth Pride became very empowered and very active and claimed this organization and this community as their own. And so it was very clear as we were moving into more programming positions that those needed to be youth positions. So our programming staff is 25 and under. We have a staff of 3 who are our community development coordinators. I think if you took me out of the mix, the average age of our staff and interns would be about 22, 23 years old. And Youth Pride works with folks who are 18 to 24, so they're not alumni yet. They are actually of participant
Okay,
age.
yay. Wow,
And so they're responsible for the programming and the decisions and working with our youth council, which is our governing body of what actually happens here in the center.
That is so nice. Now, you also have a way of reaching youth that might not be able to make it down here. You guys have a website. It's www.youthpride.org.
Right.
Right? And there's what kind of information is on there that they can find?
It's youth designed. It's actually designed by someone who's one of our alums now, but she was a youth participant when she was designing it. And there are amazing links and connections. There's also a bulletin board and a chat room area for youth to go and find support. And that's been, It's important to realize that Youth Pride is the only organization of its kind in the state of Georgia. There is no program that exists in Alabama, in South Carolina. And so in the states around us, we have a lot of youth who find us through the website and develop their initial support through the website, and then make their way to group here. We
Wow.
have youth driving from South Carolina and Alabama to group.
That is so great. You know, this is one of the most empowering advances that the gay and lesbian community has. This is where we get our power from. This is where we educate our kids. And thank you so much for
Sure.
being a part of it. Thanks
Sure.
for all of your work.
Oh, anytime. Come back.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Basically, this is the coffee bar, and yes, and this will be where the cyber cafe will be running computers along that far wall over there.
How many do you have donated?
We have one donated so far. We need to obviously get more. Our priority has been to get the offices up and running and get computers for each staff person upstairs. But as soon as we get that settled and get the internet upstairs, we'll be having it downstairs here as well. This room in here is going to be the volunteer office. It's just full of storage now, but that's what that's going to be.
Now these
These are our illustrious donors. These are the people who really made it happen. I mean, we could not have gotten into this space without the support of these people. Bronze is at least $1,000, silver is at least $5,000, and gold is at least $10,000.
how's the pool table doing?
Oh, it's been broken in quite a lot. So as you know, the youth did the mural themselves. They came up with a theme, and they did it just as a Friday night social event one night, and everyone got to put their 2 cents in and to make it a piece of their own. It really has so much character. I was a little scared the first night. We're gonna paint on the wall. We'll see what happens. Linda wants a cat, so I got us fish to kind of compromise. I'm allergic to cats.
New construction.
Yeah. Brand new.
This is nice.
So this is the group room, and it's a little disarray. All of this just activated. It just appeared over the weekend, so ignore that side of the room. But this is where group will be happening. All happen in this space. It's confidential. It's been really important for us to. Good.
It's the office.
That's what this is?
That was scary for a minute. Oh, can I shut my door?
Certainly.
So this is the office space. I like to compare it to Afia's desk around the corner because that was the size of prime office space in our old
Wow.
office. And imagine, 5 staff people and only just one little cubicle.
This is fantastic.